My name is Marty Rudd, and I live in Midlothian, Virginia, just outside of Richmond. And I've been there I lived there with my husband of 36 years and our 3 puppy dogs. And I started a journey in the shooting industry about 7 years ago when I took my very first pistol class. And with that pistol class, it kind of corrected some things that I felt like I was seeing, I'll say, in the industry, because I got my concealed carry permit like 15 years ago. Never shot a gun, never fired a gun. Took a class to get my certificate to go down to the courthouse, where they now told me that I am legal to carry a concealed carry permit. But I never handled a firearm before. So I bought my first firearm, just held it, felt good, never fired it, and it sat in the closet. And because of that, we had guns in the house. My husband's a hunter, so we've always had shotguns and rifles, but never pistols. And with these pistols in the house, I felt like I needed to understand how to use them. Because if somebody ever came into the house, I need to be able to defend myself. Or if something happened to my husband, I needed to know what to do with these guns. So I took a basic pistol class, ladies only class, and just got hooked. We shot 22 semi-automatics and realized that this is something that I can do. It will help me defend myself. It kind of empowered me. It was kind of a fun thing to do, very social with people. We would go and shoot on Saturday nights for dinner, and whoever had the best scores usually picked the place to go to dinner, and that was me, thank goodness. And we just had a really good time with it. And so I continued that through joining a women's shooting group, local in the Richmond area. And we shot once a month. So I knew I needed to shoot more and more, so I did. And the women's group needed a leader. The leader had left, and we were kind of floundering a little bit. So I stepped up and said, I'll be a co-leader with this other woman. And we took over the chapter of what is now the Armed Women Organization. And I found that I really loved teaching others to not just to shoot, but to kind of see them feel the same empowerment that I felt when I first started shooting. So with the women, it's really about helping them be competent. It's about them being confident. That's kind of where our passion is. I love teaching new shooters. And as we've continued, my husband and I, because I probably should have said that I'm the owner and chief of everything for our little company, First Step Safety and Defense, LLC. And he's a big support for me. He helps me a lot. And we've become we've achieved more and more certifications to help ourselves get better, but we're finding that it's so important to communicate that to the people that we work with, to our students. And through those certifications, we are better able to help those people with their skills as well. And we also work a lot with adaptive folks. My husband is a certified wheelchair tennis coach. So he works with people in wheelchairs, who are perceived as victims. These other certifications have helped us understand that you have options. And the same way doesn't work for everybody. And because of that, you need these options to be able to reach more people and make them successful in being able to defend and protect themselves. So that's really where our mission and our passion is in our little firearm company. So we've been shooting about 7 years now, started the company about 4 years ago. I'm hoping to retire at the end of this year, and I want to make that my full-time journey because I love teaching. And I should talk a little bit about kind of one of our passions around the off-body or purse carry class. It's a divisive topic in the industry, and for some women and men, like these folks in wheelchairs, that might be the only option for them. So why rain on somebody else's parade and tell them they can't do that when maybe that is what they can do and it's the best for them? So we have that certification from Vicki Farnham, and we teach the off-body carry class to students that would like to come. And you kind of see, how many people do we know that take a holster class and they never practice from the holster, they never practice their draw? It's the same thing with women that I just throw my gun in my purse. I'm like, calm down, take a breath. And we go through the risks associated with that, and we talk to them about how they can be mitigate that risk and what they have to do. And then when you combine the shooting skills aspect of what we do with one of the certifications that I'm really most proud of is the one from Brian and Shelley, and that's the interactive based decision drills. Because those critical thinking and decision making skills that you learn through that non-shooting program help you manage your life so that you never ever have to rely on those gun skills that we've been teaching you all along. So that just being here with the Mingle and these other certifications and these other instructors, it is really just an awesome experience to kind of build on what we had and offer more and more and more to people so that they have those options. You know, a lot of instructors, it's my way or the highway. You can't, it just doesn't fit for people. So you really have to be well-rounded and offer more. So this is my first time at the Mingle. I actually found out about it at an off-body carry class that we were helping Vicki Farnham with in Illinois, and found out that it was invitation only. So I'm like, well, I'm going to try to find out a little bit more about this because it sounds like a wonderful experience for women instructors. And actually learned about the interactive based decision drills and when we signed up for the Mingle. And we fortunately, thankfully, Shelley agreed to send us an invite or send me an invite. And I'm very humbled to be here because the presence of the instructors and the women that are here, this is an experience that doesn't exist anywhere else. I mean, this is just amazing. And I think the highlight, not so much meeting the other women, but being a student. Because as instructors, we sometimes forget what it's like to be a student and building our own skills. Even if you can, you know, do the card drill with Brian and get 5 shots in on the card, you know, teaching that to someone else or understanding how they feel if they don't make it and helping them be successful in that, I think is probably one of the most important takeaways for me. Because I may never be there, but I'm going to do what I can to be successful myself and promote that to other people, help other people reach that goal. Shelley and Brian, wow. What can you say about them? I'm probably going to get emotional. They're amazing. We have the genre of instructors that we've all learned from over the last 20, 30, 40 years, like the Farnhams and Masada Ayub, Tom Gibbons, etc. And I know I've left out some of the greats, but those folks got us to a point. And it's the new breed, like Brian and Shelley, Lee Weeds, those people, the ASP channel with John Correa, those are the people that are changing the industry. We were just out at a Girl in a Gun conference, and I had the honor of kind of walking around with John Farnham on the vendor day, and he was looking at all the different tools that are there. And he kind of pointed to, and he always closed his session with, you know, these are the things that are changing the industry. You know, it's not the old guys anymore. It's not the guys that have been around forever. It's the new blood that's coming. And when you look at what Brian and Shelley do, it's amazing. They're really changing the face of life for a number of people. Through the interactive based decision drills program, and Brian's, you know, so that covers the non-shooting area to help you be a better person on the street. Brian's method of teaching and coaching is just, I've never worked with anybody like that. You know, talk about being successful and getting someone to be successful, and getting women in particular to not talk about, well, you know, I can't do it because of this, or I can't do that. When you can get a group of women to listen to you and say thank you because you shared information with me, it's just, those people are very rare. Sorry. Those people are very rare. and they're the face of the industry going forward. You know, for them to do something like this, Shelley says she's selfish in doing this. I understand that, but she's given back so much to the women that are here. It's amazing. Sorry.
No. It's beautiful.
It's genuine. It's
No,
from the heart.
It truly is, and I would not disagree with anything at all that you've said at all.
There is so much, you know, for me personally, the drills with Brian and with Lee this weekend are things that I plan to practice to improve my own skills. But they're things that I can take to the women's group that I work with, Armed Women of America. And they are drills that I hope will encourage them to continue their journey to be better shooters, be better defenders. And I think for our students in particular, I used to think, well, I'm never going to teach a basic holster class. I'm never going to do anything other than basic pistol instruction. And learning things like what I've learned here makes me realize that it's too important to teach this to other people. So the ability to draw from a holster, make a good decision. You know, just because you draw doesn't mean you're going to shoot. And I think we got that, you know, those lessons on Brian's range this weekend, as well as, you know, being able to be accurate in your shot. I mean, if you can't hit your target, you have taken a huge risk for yourself, and you should never ever draw your firearm. So I think the drills that Lee did, everybody was complaining about, well, what do I need 20 dummy rounds for? It's like, what are we going to do with this? It's like, now we know. Now we know. And everybody, not one woman in that class complained about it. Everybody is just amazed. So they're like, I'm going to take this back. I'm going to teach this. So I'm planning drills in my head with my women's group and with some of my more advanced shooters that want to progress to be able to do this. So the learning from this weekend, the camaraderie is just things that I need to take back to continue to promote the industry.